Okay, it's year 2023, March 21st, and it's a Tuesday today. I'm not gonna be doing the thing with the w- the mug anymore. This time I'm just gonna do this bag of shredded squid uh that I've had for like at least a month now. There's quite a lot to go through. It's quite salty as well, so I'm not really eating it all the time. But anyways, um, I don't know if you can hear like the background. There's like water flowing. It's just the place I'm living at. Like I think above me is like where the plumbing is, like for the upstairs bathroom. So yeah, like occasionally you'll hear like the shower sound or like the bathroom like the toilet flushing sound, but it's just one of those noises that you kind of get used to, and it gets filtered out of your head like once you get used to it. Doesn't really bother me at night. Obviously, like when it's nighttime, no one's really going to the bathroom, and even if they are, it's not really that big of a deal. Anyways, what I want to talk about today. So I was taking a shower today, and I realized I mean, I've always known this, but like just how much stuff happens in the shower room is kind of like astonishing. Not like actual stuff happening, but it's like those shower thoughts, I guess. How much thought go happens when you're taking a shower is like it's kind of like astonishing. When I was still at school, like if I'm ever like kind of like stuck on an essay or something, one of the best tricks that I kind of use is to just go take a shower. Kind of like I guess taking a shower is kind of like an opportunity for you to have like your mind kind of rest, I guess. So I guess it helps to clear your mind and becomes more, help you focus better and help you kind of like think things better in a clearer way. I think I've heard somewhere that like kind of like not really submerged, kind of like being submerged in water is supposed to kind of like remind you of while you're still in your mother's womb. Not sure how accurate that is, but apparently that's supposed to be very calming. I don't know. But yeah, just like a lot of thoughts happens during that. A lot of like, you know, for a lot of people, there are times where you've done kind of like some cringy stuff in the past, and then that kind of memory like pops up once in a while. That also happens a lot in the while showering as well. And it's just like very much similar to how sometimes when you're trying to go to sleep but you get all these kind of like memories and thoughts into your mind. I feel like it's very similar to that. And I don't know how the thing is, right? Like, while I was still at school, it helps me to focus, it helps me to relax. But now I'm out of it. It's kind of like that is doing like more of the opposite. It's kind of like, how should I put this? I've been trying to, like in my first few journal entries, I've been constantly saying that, I have these I have these random ass ambitions that I want to kind of like achieve, yet I don't even know what kind of ambitions I really have. So how am I supposed to like make myself happy if that is the case? Right? It's like chasing something that is doesn't even exist, and it's bringing me a lot of like anxiety and stress. And like every time I feel like I shower, I'm I'm being reminded of that. I was like reading a manga today. I forgot what the name was, but it's about like Central Asia in the 19th century. It's quite famous. I bought the first volume for my sister because I thought the art was very pretty, but I never actually read it myself. Uh, but after reading it, one of chapters was kind of about, or not one of the chapters, but one of the plot points was about this person, this woman who kind of like lives alone with her mother-in-law because everyone else passed away. So it's just her and her mother-in-law tending the sheeps and stuff and living day by day just like that. And it kind of, and it kind of honestly reminded me of my current situation of how much of a just like a loner I am. But I'm not exactly worried about the alone part. I'm more worried about just like the boredom part, like living day to day, repeating like basically the same thing. And then it's like before you know it, like a month has passed, and then before you know it, like a year has passed, and before you know it, your life has passed. And it's really kind of like scary, at least for me it is, because of how I am, like it's very scary. It's kind of like a very scary thought that I am going to just live out my life like not having anything happening or not doing anything or achieving anything, even though like I don't know what the hell I want to do. Right? It's so weird how one can have these feelings of, I guess, ambition and goals while not even having a clear one in mind. Like I see so many other people like having their own passions for like what they want to do in life. They want to be this, they want to be that, they want to achieve this, they want to do that. But for me, I just don't even know what I want to do, and it feels but if I feel like I have to have something like that, you know? It's not like due to peer pressure that like, oh, this all these people have their own ambitions, so I must have something for myself as well. No, I feel like I just have this feeling for no reason at all. And and it's it's like again, it's an enemy that I can't see, so how do I fight it? I know nothing about it, I can't see it, and I can't do like anything about it. So what the heck am I supposed to do? Like every time I think about like living out a life of like mundanity, it honestly kind of scares me, right? I feel like I've mentioned this before, but mundanity is scary once like you snap out of it. And I've had several of these like kind of snap outs like in the past, I guess in the past month, like ever since I moved. I moved out and started living on my own. Like, the thought of, oh, am I going to just live like this is constantly just like surging through my mind, and it gives me a lot of like stress, and it worries me because I don't want it to be this way. But then at the same time, well, then what are you going to do? Where are you gonna go if you're not happy with this, right? Like, and I can't answer it, and that's what like worries me so much. I feel like I just want to, like, I don't know, just stay at home and just play video games all day. But I feel like I'm not gonna be happy with that either. I feel like it's not a life that, like, yes, I might be like happy in the moment, of course, but I feel like it's not a life that I would be proud of looking back when I'm on my deathbed. Right? Maybe I am just like looking too far into the future. Right? Like I think this is kind of like my bad habit where I see things from a retrospective kind of like perspective. I see things as if they are already finished, and I think about what is, I think, more about the aftermath than what is to come, I guess, is like a good way to put it. And I think that this kind of like perspective is also kind of like what's contributing to how I am, like this is like kind of like the source of my stress, I guess. Because like I guess I am just always looking at myself, thinking about, at the end of my life, how I am going to review all of this. And that's where kind of like the mundanity comes into play. That is like the final snap out of it, of my life, is when I'm on my deathbed. What do I have for myself at the end there? And it's just, I guess, thinking too much and thinking too far into the future, I suppose. But again, it doesn't, like, even though I realize these things, it doesn't help that it's kind of like my default way of thinking. Like, I need some kind of, like, I don't know, CBT training or something to like change how I think, but like, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, this is just like this is just how it is. It's just like, you know, life was exciting for like the past month. It was okay. But that kind of like, as I have like anticipated, the hype, the adrenaline has basically starting to like die down. And there's just like a lot of other things that are like a lot of once I enter kind of like a peaceful lifestyle, worries are just automatically going to pop up into my mind, because that is just how my mind is just not preoccupied anymore. And when my mind is not preoccupied, like, these things just pop up. It's like how people, before they go to sleep, when they're kind of like in a peaceful state of mind, they also get into kind of like an emotional, they become like very emotional as well. They become emotional about themselves, about their life. Some people get like weirdly motivated or something. It's like, oh, tomorrow I'm definitely going to do this, I'm definitely going to do that. And when the morning comes, they don't do any of those. And I feel like it's the same thing here, or at least I think it's like a similar thing happening here, where my like relaxed state of mind brings me more anxiety than anything, I guess. I also become very emotional, and that's just like kind of worsens the stress, the emotional stress. It makes me more depressed about myself. Like, the feeling is just simply amplified, and nothing is like, it doesn't feel like it's working out well. And right now I'm recording this at nighttime, so I guess, me rambling, like giving kind of like this kind of a rant, is also just me being in that state of mind, I guess, because this is kind of like my source, my kind of like outlet of all these stress. And but I mean, I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm kind of, again, repeating the same thing. This is a bad habit of mine. I just repeat everything, even though I feel like I've explained them quite well the first go. But yeah, I kind of like back to the how it was in the beginning of the year. A lot of doubt, a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress. I don't know where I want to go with myself, but I feel like I should go somewhere, but yeah, you get the point. I just don't know anymore. I don't know how other people manage something like this. I've, like, before, I think when I was was like 20, I guess, I thought my problem was unique. And I was like very, I was, I kind of like, I had like, I felt like basically that like my issues were mine alone, right? Whereas like I felt like they were just my problems that everyone else seemed to be managing just well, but I was just like kind of like the one that's not working out. But then I think like I don't know, I think it's like from some kind of internet post or something. I started to learn, and also like from school, I started to learn that a lot of people actually don't know what they want to do with their life, where they're going with their lives, and a lot of people are sharing like similar issues. So that kind of alleviated like this, I guess, a lot of the burdens, but it doesn't solve the problem, right? It temporarily kind of like lessens the weight, but it is going to come back onto me because the problem is still there. It's not like, you know, it's like before I was like carrying a huge boulder, and then I realized, oh, everyone else are also carrying their own boulders, and I was like, I feel kind of good at the moment, but then afterwards it's like, oh wait, I still have this boulder on me, and my steps aren't exactly becoming lighter, and the boulder isn't exactly getting smaller. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel very stuck with myself right now, I guess. Again, I probably need some kind of like therapy, but holy shit, is it expensive. And I don't know. I'm afraid of getting lost, I guess. Like it's gives me so much anxiety. Like, how should I say this? Like while I was like playing computer games, holy shit, I was playing like something like Minecraft and some other like video games where there's like a lot of like just free exploration stuff, right? I'll just use Minecraft as an example, but it's like sometimes when you go down a mine shaft and you start digging and you kind of like get lost in it. I really hate that feeling. I hate getting lost in a mine because I just feel so unsafe. And same with like many other types of games where you kind of have to navigate your way through things. I'm horrible with navigation. I have a horrible sense of direction, and in real life, if I get lost, I'm not exactly worried because I can always just like go to someone and just like ask, or I just like use my phone. Like there's always a way for me to get around things in real life, right? Unless I'm in some kind of like large forest. But that's a completely different issue. But you know, I just don't like being lost and feeling lost. And that's just how I am right now. I feel like I am in many ways like avoiding to go deeper with this topic, with this conversation, because of that feeling, because of how much I don't like to just like admit, like wholeheartedly, I guess, that I am just lost, and that I have to kind of like force myself to, I don't know, take some kind of direction, and I feel like I just don't like doing that. There's some kind of like mental block I'm having that's like stopping me to do these more um like these more like these deeper insights of myself and with myself. But I guess I don't know. I guess I just have to try, right? I just have to do something about it. I identify it as an issue. I realize like what the source could even be. I even realize how I may even approach to solving this issue. And it's just the first step that's so damn hard. I don't know why. And I hate like being kind of like kind of like stuck in the mud. It's like it feels I feel like I literally feel like I'm stuck in some kind of quicksand, and I'm internally like panicking, like silently panicking. I like while I was talking about all those things, I actually felt my legs and arms weak. And I don't know. It's just a horrible feeling. I feel horrible. I think my situation is horrible. I don't like where I am right now, and I don't know. I think I just need help. Some kind of help. And the thing is, I can't trust my family. Cause like I've had some like similar conversations before, and they just I feel like they just don't know how to give support. And I'm honestly not expecting anything from them either. So it's again, I'm left to my own devices. It's just myself. And I have to beat this somehow. After graduating, I really wanted to go do some kind of like master's, like whether it is to do kind of like a business degree or something, or continue my psychology degree into like master's and then PhD. I think it was just like a way for me. It was just some kind of like goal that I could kind of like go towards, I guess. But now, ever since I started working, like those goals just feel like getting further and further away from me. I don't have the money to pursue a master's or something like that. I don't have the time and energy to pursue them either. And I honestly don't know what I want to do with myself right now. I ask myself the question like, what if I had like just like $1 billion? I just become a billionaire overnight. What am I gonna do with myself? And honestly, I just don't know. Where do I see myself if I had that $1 billion? I don't know. I can only see myself literally like just living out the same days as I have done before. Just playing video games, eat, sleep. And that's it. I don't know where I'm going to take myself. I just don't know. I don't know what my ambitions are. I don't know where I want to go with myself. Yet I feel compelled to go towards something, to work towards something, but I don't know what. I think I think in a way like if I don't achieve something for myself, I am going to just feel like a failure, and that's what I'm feeling right now. I'm turning 26, and I don't have anything under my belt. Like when I was talking to a lot of other people, talking about like resumes and stuff like that, or just talking about, or just like overhearing stuff, it just always feels like people around me are, doing this, doing that. They're able to, I don't know, get this certificate, enter that contest, or I don't know, do this or do that. They're able to do all these things, and I'm just, I actually don't have anything. Like I never really entered any kind of like worthwhile like competition. I entered like a crappy little like English contest back in China while being like freaking Canadian. I was like, bruh. And I only got a bronze because like basically third place, and I don't know how many bronzes they give out. But that is because like I don't know. Like there's nothing, that's not even an achievement because I literally didn't do anything during that. I literally messed up my whole like speech that I was supposed to do. Were these like little, I guess, quizzes or like game show-esque things that I was supposed to do. I couldn't complete any of those, and I still got a bronze, and I don't know how I got it. You know, I said I really wanted to do more art, but you know, other than APR, I've never like entered any art contest. I haven't touched art in like ages. I said I wanted to do something with art, but I just for some reason don't have the motivation to do any of those. I bought a little sketchbook that I wanted to try to fill out, but I don't even know what I want to put in there. You know, I feel like anytime this something like this happens, it's just like just do anything. What the hell is anything? That's not helpful at all. Is this anything? Is me talking to my phone like part of this anything? I don't know. Like I used to want to, I don't know, write something. I want to write a story. But I don't know. I don't know what I want to write. I just don't know what I want to do with myself. And I don't seem to have the motivation to do it either. Isn't this a fucking predicament? I don't have any motivation. Yet I still have the anxiety and stress of wanting to achieve something. What the fuck is this like contradiction? Like I literally feel like a contradicting piece of shit. I feel like a fucking hypocrite is the thing. And I fucking hate hypocrites. So I really fucking hate myself. So I don't even know. Like right now, me doing my job and going through everything, like I see myself just literally just like going through them and going through them just like living day by day, week by week, kind of like I'm almost like kind of like in that kind of motion now. And it honestly kind of scares me because I'm afraid that once I like fully get into kind of like the rhythm of things, I'm not going to be able to get out of it. And what's also like I think equally as scary is what if I break out of that rhythm? What if I just quit my job? Well, that sense of like loss is just equally, if not more terrifying, I think. And then there's the water sound. I don't know if this is recording that water sound, but I honestly, I think I just don't like. Is that the right way to say? Like I wanna say I don't enjoy living anymore. I think that is partially true. I do not enjoy the hassle of living, especially the part where you live and you die part. If I were immortal, I guess I wouldn't really have all these worries because I have literally all the time and energy in the world to do anything, right? I wouldn't have to worry about these things, but it is the fact that I am mortal, that one day I will pass away, that I want to do at least something. I want to achieve at least something. And I know that it's going to take a long ass time for me, like, if I ever actually get the motivation and actually have some kind of like clear goal in mind, I am going to, that I actually do get to like work towards something. It's going to take a long ass time and I don't want to waste time, I guess, is also something I'm like worried about. I don't want to waste my life anymore. But while saying this, I am wasting my life. That's exactly what I'm doing. And that's where the hypocrisy comes from. that I hate so much. Honestly, everything just feels like well woven into each other. One thing leads to another. One anxiety leads to another anxiety, and at this point I don't even know what is the source anymore, because right now I feel like it's just like an all around like attack from everything. Maybe it started with one thing, but right now it's all these things that are so interwoven with each other that you can't pinpoint which one is the actual issue, because in reality I think everything is a problem. You know, I can't just tackle one specific thing and say that is the main cause. If I resolve this, I'm good. I'm lost in life. I'm lost with no goals. I'm lost with no motivation. I'm lost with not even knowing what to solve, or what to solve, or which one to solve. I hate this. Well, that was a very lengthy journal entry. Yeah. You know, I could always end these being like, oh, we'll see how it goes. But honestly, right now, I don't feel like saying something like that. I don't know how it's gonna go. And I don't feel like working towards something right now. I think right now I don't know, maybe I need time to just rest. But yeah. We'll see how it goes in the next century.